Lai Ching-te has very few memories of his father. He was young when his father died in a coal mining accident. But the death left a profound impact on the family. Without his father's income, they struggled to make ends meet. So Lai's mother started doing all sorts of odd jobs. After all, she had to feed him and his 5 siblings. Lai's circumstances could have been dire, but he says that's what gave him more courage. He grew up in poverty, but that didn't mean that he gave up on his dreams. Lai always wanted to be a doctor, so he studied hard. He got a bachelor's degree in physical medicine. He went to Tainan for medical school. He had a promising career as a physician. It was all going as planned. Until 1987. ChingT was ruling Taiwan with an iron fist. Political opponents were jailed. Many were killed. This led to the formation of the DPP, the Democratic Progressive Party. It was formed by those who campaigned for democracy in Taiwan. In college, Lai had helped in a DPP campaign, so he knew about the party. But a year later, he was asked to join the DPP. At first, Lai said no. He had a long career ahead as a physician, but ironically, it was China that pushed him over the line. In 1996, Beijing fired missiles towards Taiwan. It conducted live fire exercises in the Taiwan Strait. People were spooked, and Lai had had enough. He wanted to stand up to China. He wanted to do something for Taiwan. 27 years later, he finally has that chance. Lai is all set to become Taiwan's new president. "64-year-old Lai has had a long political career. He first became a legislator, then he was the mayor of Tainan. After that, he was the premier, and since 2020, he's been vice president. He goes by the name Lai Ching-te. He's also called William Lai, but China has a different name for him. Beijing calls him a dangerous separatist. Why is that? It's linked to China's claim over Taiwan. It doesn't see it as an independent island. It sees Taiwan as a part of its territory. And that narrative has been ramped up under Xi Jinping. He has made a unification goal. In fact, China called the recent Taiwan elections a choice between war and peace. It backed pro-China KMT's Hu Yu-yi. It warned against voting for DPP, which is Lai's party. But the voters did the opposite, mostly because of China's threat. In recent years, Taiwan's public has moved away from Beijing. Less than 10% want unification and only 3% identify as Chinese.
The reason why Lai Ching-te won is it represents the people's faith and wishes. Because Taiwan has come out, we don't want to go back to the old path. We don't want to be tied to China anymore.
My hope is the same, that there is peace in cross-strait relations, that there will not be political or economic threats to this island.
So the DPP emerged victorious. Lai got 40% of the popular vote, while the KMT earned 33%. The DPP won 51 out of 113 seats, which is good, but it lost its majority in the legislature. That means that the party will be constrained in its new term. But Lai's victory was still historic. It broke Taiwan's 8-year curse. Ever since becoming a democracy, no political party in Taiwan has stayed in power for more than 2 terms. Lai's victory handed the DPP a record 3rd term, so the curse is broken. But what will this new term look like? In the last 8 years, Tsai Ing-wen has defined what Taiwan's politics looked like. Her formula was simple. There's no need to declare Taiwan is independent. Why? Because Taiwan is already an independent sovereign state. Tsai stood up to China. She developed close ties with the West, but she was also known for cautious demeanor. That's what set her apart. Lai is no Tsai Ing-wen. Lai is more of a firebrand politician. He was once part of DPP's radical wing. he has called for Taiwan's independence. He has advocated for its formal declaration. But as he rose up the ranks, Lai has been more careful. During his campaign trail, he said he favors the status quo.
我将依照中华民国的宪政体制
I will follow the constitutional system of the Republic of China, maintain the status quo, neither humble nor arrogant, replace containment with communication, replace confrontation with dialogue with dignity, talk with China with confidence to improve the benefit of people from both sides and reach the goal of maintaining peace across the strait.
So Lai wants his term to be a continuation of Tsai's time in office. But China is taking his comments with a pinch of salt. Why? Because of a speech that Lai gave. He called himself a practical worker for Taiwan independence. It's been 6 years since that comment, but Beijing can't seem to forget it. They still loathe Lai. He's banned from traveling to mainland China and Hong Kong. The Chinese government regularly rebukes Lai and they call him a warmonger.
台湾岛内，谁想搞台独，就是分裂中国的国土，必将遭到历史和法律的严惩。
So does that mean China-Taiwan relations could be more hostile? The situation in the Taiwan Strait is already tense. There are daily intrusions both by Chinese ships and jets. Beijing cut off relations with Taipei in 2016. That's when Tsai took office. It aimed to isolate Taiwan. It ramped up diplomatic and economic pressure. And that's unlikely to change. It will continue as and when Lai fully takes over soon. As for Lai, he plans to do more of the same. So, he will spend on the military, build a closer relationship with the United States, cultivate ties with Europe and Japan, and strengthen Taiwan's economic security. But there's one other thing that he wants to do: have dinner with Xi Jinping. Why? Because he wants to ask the Chinese president, in his own words, to chill out a little.
Firstpost reports from the world's second largest continent. Hello, I'm Alison Lagrange. A very warm welcome from Durban, South Africa. We get you the news and the newsmakers from Africa. South Africa goes to the polls on the 29th of May. I will track the election and bring you ground reports. Is it the end of the road for the African National Congress? And will former President Jacob Zuma stage a dramatic comeback? From elections to climate change to innovations and opportunities. As the world's attention shifts, we report from Africa, the heart of the global South. Join me every weekday live on First Post.